Welcome back to the Jeff Fox Show, 2 Live Stews Radio Network. Super Bowl weekend. The fun continues, folks. We are going back to the Real Man Block guest line. And like I said, we got celebrity prognosticators on the show today. Each person will pick a winner in the Super Bowl. I didn't tell my next guest that, but I'm sure he's not afraid of the challenge. My man Isiah Thomas, NBA Hall of Famer, on the Real Man Block guest line. Zeke, what's happening, baby?
I am good. How you doing, man?
Hey, man, doing well. A pleasure to have you here on the show, man. And it's just love, man. Always love you giving us time, man, and making time for the Sports Brothers and the Jeff Fox Show. Always appreciate that, man.
Well, I appreciate all the work y'all do and all the good knowledge that y'all be dropping, too.
Yes, sir. Black History Month, man. We got to keep dropping that knowledge.
Absolutely.
Hey, let me ask you about something that developed overnight. We're going to talk a little hoops. LeBron possibly. My listeners get a little tired of me talking about LeBron, but I do love LeBron James. All right, let me just get that out there. But I don't know how much I would love him if there's any truth to an ESPN report that he's open to a conversation with the Golden State Warriors, should they create cap space. What would that do to his legacy?
I have said this before, and I will say it to him loud, and I hope he's listening to me. LeBron James is 33 years old, or 32, 33 years old.
Right.
He's coming to the end of his career. And if he has a chance to finish with the Golden State Warriors, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, go join that crew.
Really?
And the reason why I say, yes, go join that crew, because he's not going to be a carrier for too much longer in his career.
Right.
And at the end of his career, which happens to all of us as champions, you get you get criticized at the end because you're not the same 23, 24, 25-year-old man you was. So you start getting criticized, and you get heavily criticized.
Mm-hmm.
Now, 20 years ago, when there was no internet and there was no social media and all this other stuff, okay, we could take the criticism because it wasn't as heavy. But now the criticism that he's going to get at 33, 34, 35 for not being the young man that he was at 26, 27 is going to be crazy.
Right.
And that's going to have a stain on his career. So, at the end of the day, free agent 33, if Golden State makes cap room, go join your friend Kevin Durant, play with Steph Curry, have fun, win some championships, and let us be entertained by potentially one of the greatest teams to ever play the game.
Wow. I'm sure you're getting a standing ovation in the chat room right now because they always call me a hater on this show because I grew up watching the great Isiah Thomas struggle to beat Larry Bird and Robin Parrish and Kevin McHale, and I appreciated the struggle. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard for me to watch Kevin Durant go to Golden State, a 73-win team, and to see LeBron James, possibly the greatest ever, to join another stacked basketball team. Like, that's typical.
So time out. Let me say this to you. You watch me struggle in my prime.
Right.
Right? And this is what the athlete and this is what the competitor and all of us love, right?
Right.
When all of us were young, healthy, and at our best, I have the pleasure of sitting here saying that when we were all young and in our prime, I beat all of them.
You right.
Now, when we were all young and in our prime, and everybody, was healthy of mind and body, I beat them all, and we beat each other.
Right.
Now, as you get older, right? As you get older, and they start pitting you against the younger, more athletic, energetic player, and they're expecting you to be
the same
as
guy,
young and energetic,
right,
and as physically gifted as you once was. You're not. And then when you lose that battle to the younger person, you are so heavily criticized and ran out of town for it because you're not what you used to be. And LeBron James, at 33, he's not going to be the player he used to be. So he needs to join another team at this stage to win more championships.
Ah, man,
that's a fact.
That's a tough pill to swallow. But there are going to be people.
You want to see him get beat up. You want to see him
No, I
get beat
love
up.
LeBron. I think LeBron's the best.
You want to be back in the days of the Roman where the lion really does eat the guy up. He lost. He got ate up by the lion.
Right.
You want to see LeBron get ate up by the lion. I don't want to see that day.
Well,
like I went to the when Mike Tyson fought my man from Lennox Lewis.
Right.
I didn't like seeing Mike Tyson get knocked out like that. I didn't like seeing Mike Tyson not at his best fighting a younger lion like a Lennox Lewis. But that's the downfall of the athlete. That is like his ending story of the champion. And what LeBron James has a chance to do is recorrect and rewrite that ending story and write it on his own terms. So I am hoping that this brother goes to Golden State and they clear enough cap room so he can play with his mentee, Kevin Durant.
So let me ask you, Zeke, because again, you have certain people that say, Father Time is undefeated, and you're mentioning LeBron's age. This isn't like Mitch Richmond at the end of his career joining Shaq and Kobe in Los Angeles. We're talking about an icon type player in LeBron James. You know what I'm saying? Who's still putting up big numbers, who still can be the centerpiece of a championship team. And what will this do to the rest of the NBA? Who's going to want to watch Golden State against Sacramento with LeBron and with KD?
Okay, I'm like this, right? The other teams, y'all get better. And by the way, and this is how it goes. I could have sat there and cried that, oh, Magic Johnson he too good, he too big, right. He got Kareem, he got James, he got all these people. Larry Bird, oh, he's so big, he shooting so good.
Right.
McHale got all it. I could have cried and whined. You know what I had to do? I had to get better.
Right.
Me, Lambeer, Mahorn, Sally, Rodman. Hey, y'all, we got to practice. We got to get better. We got to get smarter. We can't make the same mistakes. We can't do what they do, right?
Right.
We can't have no turnovers. We got to make all free throws. We got to play defense. That's the only way we're going to beat them. But, Lambeer, you ain't going to never beat Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. But can we win this basketball game if you do this? Absolutely. That's all we're trying to do. We're trying to win the basketball game.
Follow him on Twitter, folks, at I am Isiah Thomas here on the Jeff Fox Show, 2 Live Stews Radio Network.
You done got me heated.
Yo, but I like this. This is good stuff. And let me tell you what else I appreciate about you, Isiah. I love watching you guys on TV, man, because you and C-Web and the whole crew of you guys in that studio, especially on Players Only, y'all keep it so real. So real. And you said something the other night after Harden dropped 60 that if it was you that dropped 60, how you would have came in the locker room afterwards or went to the club afterwards. Could you rehash that for the listeners?
Absolutely. I would have, if I dropped 60 on somebody, and this is how we were back in the day, right?
Uh-huh.
And I would love to see an interview where the player really is himself like he is in the locker room. And we didn't do that, right? But
right.
I would love to see, like, Harden had come on and said, Man, I can't believe they put that chump on me. Did you see him fall? I was killing him. Now, back in the day, we would say that to each other on the court.
Right.
But we wouldn't say it in the interview room, right?
Right.
So, McHale tells a story about how Larry Bird was talking to Hubie Brown about when Hubie made a sub and put Louis Orr on McHale.
Right.
And Larry was standing next to Hubie Brown and said, "Hey, Hubie, you know you're making a mistake putting Louis Orr on McHale, right?"
Right.
Because he getting ready to throw it to him every single time. And he was taking it out of bounds, and he said, "Hey, Hubie, I'm throwing it to McHale right now. If y'all can stop it."
and Louis Orr was long, but McHale was just longer.
Yeah, but that's how you talk on the court.
Right.
And it would be great if the players would come on sometimes afterwards and say, "Man, that guy can't check me."
Right.
Like, that's why we love Embiid, right? Like, Embiid, like, "Hey, I'm going to foul him out. I'll see you next week." They got the Twitter wars going, him and Drummond, right?
Right.
He telling Drummond he can't check me. Drummond say, "Oh, you got to play 82 games. Let me see what you can do in 82 games." I love that.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, that's absolutely, man. The players only, Area 21 with KG, all of that stuff, man. The fans embrace it. I see they hammer you guys on Twitter. They even hammered you for your dancing skills, man. I mean, you might need to come down here to Miami, man. We got some friends that can help you out right there.
I was trying to tell them, man, I got that arthritis. I got that arthritis now. I got them bad knees, so I can't really get down like I used to because. And you remember this? I was one of them guys that would go to the club and just sweat my shirt out. And I don't know if people still do that, but I was a dancing fool.
Right.
And I don't know if everybody get cool now, but when I was younger,
yeah,
me and Dominique Wilkins, we'll be up in the club and we would be literally sweating on the floor.
Wow.
Because we was liking it.
No doubt. We're talking Isiah Thomas, NBA Hall of Famer, right here on the Jeff Fox Show, 2 Live Studios Radio Network. Zeke, you talked also recently about LaVar Ball, and this was hilarious, man. You and Chris Carter had the conversation where you mentioned when you were coming up that mainstream America may have not seen LaVar Ball before, but that you'd seen him as someone in your own family. And talked about how your mom would come to the gym, especially at IU, to watch you play, and she wasn't having it.
Yeah, so, in poverty, right?
Right.
And my mom, my aunt, and all them, they had never been to like an NBA arena where they were sitting on the floor, on floor seats and had good seats. So when they first came, they was like, they weren't used to having money.
Right.
So we was always used to, you bring your food to the game, you bring your drinks to the game, you sit down because nobody has money to pay. So my mom, man, they was bringing fried chicken to the game. They was pulling it out their bag. My aunt had her little cup. She had her little red cup. Had her little whiskey in it. They would pour a little Coca-Cola.
You are killing me.
And they would sit there and say, "Do it, Junior," because they all call me Junior. They
right.
Like, "Do it, Junior. Do it, Junior." And they would be pulling the chicken out, passing it to each other, because I had 20 people in the stands.
Right.
And they would be passing it down. They would be making sandwiches and everything in the stands.
Unbelievable.
That's how it was.
Yeah.
And then we learned the routine. We learned the routine of the NBA, and when we learned the routine of the NBA, we was like, so they got people that come up and give you food? Oh, they got ushers that we can buy stuff from? Oh, we didn't know that.
Right. Yeah, man. I mean, so you weren't really shocked when you saw LaVar Ball with all the brashness and the bravado and talking crap, because I've hung out with Tim Hardaway and his wife before, watching young Timmy play when he was in Michigan. And I I'm telling you, man, they were loose. But we were in a sports bar. But the rest of America hadn't seen this side of an NBA player's parent before, apparently.
There are at least 60 more LeVar Ball parents in our league.
Right now.
They just haven't given them the mic.
Wow.
They just haven't given. Hey, if you would have heard Shaq's mom and dad talk about him like after games, like, hey, if you'd have heard my mom
right
after games, if you'd have heard my brothers and them after game, if you would have gave them the mic, and if my mama would have had a Twitter account, oh man.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine, man.
I'm glad she's gone. God rest her soul.
Yeah.
And I'm glad she wasn't around in this era where Twitter was live and she could have a Twitter account.
I'm telling you, man. We're talking to the great Hall of Fame Isiah Thomas, one of our favorite guests here on the Jeff Fox Show. And Zeke, I got to tell you, man, one of my favorite moments was watching you and Magic, man, hug it out, talk it out. And I'll share something with you because I'm a single parent. I've been hurt by someone I loved before. My kid's mom, who was, who got on drugs, and I had to raise 4 kids on my own without her. And I hated her for it for a long time, even though I loved her. You know what I'm saying? So eventually I realized what it was doing to me, and I forgave her, really forgave her. And you know what, man? That felt good. That felt good. So watching you and Irvin hug it out like the way you guys did, man, that's a beautiful moment. You have no idea how many people the both of you helped with that moment.
It was a beautiful and powerful moment for both of us, and at the time, you are absolutely right. We had no idea how many people that we were helping come back together, bridge their relationships,
yep,
and forgive. And I was going through the airport, and this woman stopped me, and she was like 70, 72 years old, and she said she hadn't spoke to her college roommate in years, and they was really tight in college.
Wow.
Because of something that had went down in college. And she said after watching that interview, she called up her old college roommate, and they got together, and they forgave each other, and they as tight as they ever was right now.
Yeah.
And, and all it takes is love. At the end of the day, that's really what it's all about.
It is.
It's about love, forgiving, and people go through changes, people make mistakes, but at the end of the day, love conquers all.
Love absolutely does. And, it reminded me of the movie Life with Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence. Remember when they didn't speak forever? You seen that movie?
Yep.
Yeah. And it seemed like it would never happen, but it did, man. And you're right about that, man. Love is a powerful thing, and love will always, always triumph over hate. And so that's great what you guys did. Congrats on that.
And the last thing I would say about that is that third party who's always whispering in somebody's ear, trying to, start some mess.
Right.
Whenever you can get that third party out and the two people can come together and talk, it always works.
Beautiful, baby. Beautiful. Hey, let's get to the game, man. I know you're the hoops guy, but who you got, man? Patriots, Philadelphia Eagles. Do you want to see Tom Brady get another one? They're saying if he does, he could be the greatest team player athlete of all times, better than MJ. Who you got, Zeke?
I am a Tom Brady fan. I like dominance. I like dominance in sport because I think it brings the rest of the sport up when you have greatness and you have great teams. I'm picking the New England Patriots. I think they got a great coach. They got a great quarterback. And I think Philly has done a great job getting there. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, I just think New England has better talent. They have more experience, and they won't make as many mistakes as I think Philadelphia may make in a game like this.
Wow. There you have it. Isiah Thomas going with the Patriots over the Philadelphia Eagles. Man, Zeke, man, we appreciate you. Thank you for making time for us. Again, like I said, man, you got a lot of love down here in Miami, and always appreciate you jumping on the show.
Thank you. And Golden State, clear that cap room and get my boy LeBron over.
No, I don't want to see it. I'll be stuck watching NBA TV Classics, man. I love when you guys went head to head.
You don't want to see it, but you'll be tuning in every night.
Hey, I can't even front, man. You're telling the truth, bro. Hey, be good, my brother. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
No doubt. Isiah Thomas, man. Right here on the Jeff Fox Show. Thanks, Zeke.
Thank you, brother.
All right.